Hanging out here with ESPN Radio's Justin Spears. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning.
All right, I need updates here. There's a sports scandal that's started to break over the past couple weeks that has ties to Arizona. Of course, the beautiful Sedona Resort, which I suggest you take all your mistresses to. It looks fantastic. Great vacation, if you will. Talking about the coach of the New England Patriots. His name again is?
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel.
Vrabel.
Yeah, I'll say it eventually correctly. And what was the name of his alleged mistress?
Dianna Russini.
Yeah.
Like you said, alleged.
Well, I'm saying alleged, even though he said he had to have a difficult conversation with his loved ones, family members, his wife, basically.
Yeah.
So he admitted it without admitting it. What's the latest on this?
Well, I mean, Mike Vrabel came out and pretty much said, like, hey, this is a distraction. He pretty much denied it or just didn't want to address it. And then earlier yesterday, he comes out and says that he is not going to participate in day 3 of the NFL draft. He's going to go get counseling. And moments after that announcement came out, well, there are photos leaked by the New York Post of Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini sitting at a bar. And the date of that was March 11th, 2020. So they were seeing each other 6 years ago, and it was on the day that the world came to an end with COVID. Right?
That was the COVID day.
That was the day. So these photos came out, and now Mike Vrabel is going to seek counseling. Dianna Russini, as we know, does not have her job. So
to play devil's advocate here, right? Sitting at a bar, hanging out at a bar, right, is as a reporter talking to a head coach. Nothing nefarious there. It's not necessarily, something that means there's a sexual relationship.
Sure, I've had conversation with Tommy Lloyd at a bar.
Have you?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah. And were your hands down his pants?
No.
Okay. Was Diana's?
Well, there is a picture of them leaning in for a kiss.
Well, okay, there's a smoking gun. That's different, right?
Actual kiss. It's not just interlocking fingers. This is Mike Vrabel leaning in for a smooch. And here's another twist.
Okay.
One of her sons, maybe her only son, I don't know, but she has a kid named Michael.
Oh.
And I swear to you, man, if this thing goes down a twist where it's she named her son after her side piece,
right,
or even worse,
he's
it's the side
dad.
piece's kid.
Yes.
All of a sudden, Mr. Russini or Diana's husband's over there like, man, this guy can diagnose a cover 2 defense, and he's only 5 years old. What the hell's going on right now? So,
he's like 6'3", and he's going into kindergarten. This doesn't seem like my kid. I mean, there's a lot of telltale signs on this. That's okay. All right. Well, this basically blew up. Basically, what could potentially have been an affair that's been years in the making.
Yeah.
Wow. So this scandal reaches deep. And so that Sedona trip could have been an anniversary trip.
Maybe.
Whoa.
A way to celebrate an anniversary.
Now,
man, but it's crazy, man.
Yeah. Now, there's been repercussions, obviously. Diana, she lost her job. There was actually a broadcaster in the Boston area lost his job for his criticism over the coach. But, of course, the coach is not going to have any repercussions because it's a man's world. Yep. That's what's happening. So he could technically have a side piece and have this extramarital affair and Big C break up 2 marriages.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as he has a winning record, it's good.
And that's the thing is he is there to win football games.
Yeah.
That's his only job.
Hey, I mean, if that's how he gets blows off some steam, I'm sure Patriots fans don't care. And it's not the first time they've dealt with a deflated balls scandal. So, it's all in the same wheelhouse. Right.
Always a scandal with them.
It's always
Spygate, Deflategate, Relationship Gate.
Hey, at least you could say it's an age appropriate affair. With Big Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, not necessarily age appropriate, right?
That's true. Very true.
So that happened. All right. So also last night was the first round of the NFL draft. Any key Arizona takeaways from the NFL draft?
Well, the Cardinals, they went in on star power.
Yeah.
And they drafted the running back out of Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love, who was a Heisman Trophy finalist. And the dude is just a superstar. Now, there is the thing nowadays where you don't really get a running back this high because of the shelf life, the position, just how it is. But Jeremiah Love is a guy that can be utilized in the passing game. He's a really good running back as well. He has drawn comparisons to Bijan Robinson, Tucson's very own, who's arguably the best running back in the league. And, it has paid off for teams, right? The Atlanta Falcons with the top 10 pick a few years ago, they banked on Bijan. maybe the Arizona Cardinals are doing something similar with Jeremiah Love. And, normally the Cardinals, this isn't the pick that they get. Normally they'll go like a defensive player or, a quarterback, right, with Kyler Murray.
Right.
But this Jeremiah Love pick, I really love it. And in typical Arizona fashion, they didn't have the right phone number. When they were trying to call him, they couldn't get a hold of him. And they're like, oh, wait, we got one digit wrong. Hold on.
Oh, my God.
And then they called Jeremiah Love and they got him to come to Arizona.
Well, I like this for two reasons. One, first and foremost, the uncertainty of quarterback is going to be looming going into this next season. So you have to have a strong running game, right? Mm-hmm. So if you got some extra horsepower back there, that's going to at least help out. And then two, the merch sales. You got Love on the back of a jersey. Bam.
Yep.
I mean, that's going to be a top selling jersey right off the bat, whether he starts or not. Mm-hmm. That's a key word right there on those Arizona Cardinal jerseys. That's going to look fresh.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, I know that you have a lot to cover on ESPN Radio 1490, so I appreciate you popping in with me. The Spears Classic is coming up. If you're a golfer and you want to participate in this awesome charity event, give them details real quick, Justin.
Yeah, May 8th, Omni Tucson National. We're teeing off at 7:30 a.m. Shotgun start. It's all to benefit the Easter Seals Blake Foundation. We are at 130 spots. Ooh. A sellout is 144. So we would love to sell this puppy out, and we would love to have all of Tucson be a part of this great event.
Yeah, it's coming up close. So yeah, how do they get information on that?
Yeah, you can go to KFMA.com.
Okay.
You can go to ESPNTucson.com. You can also go to Easter Seals Blake Foundation website, or you could just do a simple Google search. Just type in the Spears Summer Classic, and there's links galore that you could choose from.
I love it. Can't wait for it. Justin Spears, everybody, ESPN Radio 1490.
Thank you.
All right, we're back here live on the podcast broadcast. Going to get on the air here in less than a minute, but welcome everybody. Coming up here in just a minute is Ask a Conspiracist, where we're going to take some real news and break it down for you. Speaking of conspiracies, there is a senator that is really high on the Book of Enoch, and we're going to talk about why alien lovers or conspiracy theorists love the Book of Enoch and what the Book of Enoch is and what it means and some of the things that are in it. It's crazy. The Book of Enoch is the talk of the town of the past couple of years.
Count me in.
Yeah, you down with that?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Of course, we'll do another edition of Yas or Hell Nah, and Herb Stratford's going to be joining us talking about this week's releases. So we have a supersized podcast broadcast this Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us. About 12 seconds before we get on the air and break down what's really going on. Wink. Right?
I don't like the wink.
Yeah. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast live here with Miss Yas Money. Now's the time in the show where we break down the real news stories, read between the lines, and let you know what's really going on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another edition of Ask a Conspiracist. So what caught your attention in the news this week, Yas?
Well, it looks like President Trump announced a 3-week extension to the Israel-Lebanon ceasefire after new peace talks at the White House. He also said Iran cutting off funding to Hezbollah is a requirement for any deal, ruled out using nuclear weapons, and warned gas prices may stay high for a while due to the situation.
Oh, just a little while. No worries about that. Oh, wow. A 3-week ceasefire now. Yeah, it's not this diplomacy. No, this is what's called a subscription model. Yeah. Global conflicts aren't being solved anymore. They're just being renewed. If you think about it, a 3-week extension, conditions apply, cancel anytime. This is basically Netflix for war. That's what we're living in now. Every few weeks, world leaders meet and go, do you want a season 2? You want a season 3? How about a forever war in the Middle East again? Gas prices going up, not a side effect. That's the paywall. Oh, yeah. They don't pay for peace with taxes anymore. They pay for it at the pump. So basically, world peace isn't permanent. It's on auto renew. That's where we're at right now. So what else is catching your attention in the news?
The federal government has reclassified state licensed medical marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, making it officially recognized as less dangerous and opening doors for more research. However, it's still not fully legal nationwide.
I know, and that's a bummer too. We need to federally legalize this ASAP because I want this show brought to you by whatever dispensary is out there.
You can't do that?
You can't do that until it's federally legal because the government can still come in and seize assets if you were taking marijuana money. I know, it's a mess. It's a mess. And it's also keeping all these dispensaries kind of like, like up for victimization because they have to be a cash operated business. The whole thing is, again, sloppy, but now it's less dangerous. So what changed? Did the plant change? No. If anything, it got, more potent. It's the profits, right? See, marijuana didn't magically become safer. It became more organized. And for decades, the government said, don't touch this, it's dangerous because cartels and mafia are making tons of money. But now, Bomb and Pop are making all that money. Yeah. And the government wants in. So suddenly it's like, okay, we'll allow it, but only if we control it. Yeah, no, it isn't legalization. It's corporatization.
Boom.
Yep. So they're slowly turning weed to the same thing as big pharma, big alcohol, big everything. Next step, prescription-only strains like Anxiety Kush XR or Sleepy Time OG extended release. And your doctor hits you with, take 2 puffs and call me in the morning.
Wow.
So, we didn't get legalized. No, it got a business plan. And that's what's really going on. Anything else catching your attention in the news?
Kellogg's is bringing toys back into the cereal box for the first time in over a decade, tied to the upcoming release of Toy Story 5. The company says it's meant to bring back screen-free moments of play.
Oh, yeah. Screen-free fun. Yeah, sure. That's not nostalgia. That's a counterattack.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Big tech is completely taking over kids' attention spans, tablets, phones, YouTube. So cereal companies are fighting back the only way they know how. Plastic toys and sugar, right? And this is the beginning of a full-on war, and I'm all for it, right? It's Silicon Valley versus breakfast food, iPads versus Fruit Loops, screen time versus sugar high. And sugar high is always going to win. These toys, they're not just toys, they're training devices. Yep.
Okay.
They're trying to teach kids how to use imagination, play offline, and survive without Wi-Fi for more than 8 months or 8 minutes. Right? Because right now, if the internet goes down, kids don't play. They just stand there like NPCs waiting for an update. Right? So this isn't about toys. Oh, no. It's about teaching kids how to function when Wi-Fi dies.
Oh,
and that's good news.
Life, yeah.
Absolutely. So Kellogg's is on the front line trying to win our kids back. Let's go, Kellogg's. Just another reminder that there's going to be lots of news that the lamestream media is going to try to force feed you. But you need to learn how to read between the lines. But if you can't do that, don't worry. You can always ask a conspiracist. All right, so there we go. That's your Ask a Conspiracist for today. So much show that we've already started today. In case you missed our game, we started off with FML News and F My Life. So we're super good. And in case you missed it, it went like this. Check it out. Boom. Rialto Theater. And today at 8-ish, we're giving away my last pair of tickets for Cypress Hill. Of course, Cypress Hill is going to be performing at Ava Amphitheater on July 25th. It's going to be a big deal. So if you want to see those icons, be ready to call in and play a game around 8 o'clock to win those tickets for Cypress Hill. Yas Money and I hanging out here. We got your F My Lives coming up next, but I do have an FML story that I want to share with you. If this was an email sent to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, it would read, Beef, I'm trying to renew my driver's license, but I can't because I have a doppelganger that keeps getting into trouble. F my life. This is a real situation that's happening out of Indiana. A woman in Indiana has discovered she has a doppelganger and created some problems. Her name is Erica Brown of Anderson, and she said she was renewing her license at the motor vehicle department when facial recognition software indicated there could be fraud. Now, she was called by investigators who asked for more proof of identity, and then they showed her driver's license photo next to that of another woman who is the same age, different name, and address.
Oh.
Yeah, now they say everybody out there has a doppelganger, and let me just say on the record, I feel bad for mine.
Why?
We ugly. All right. They say the likeness was mind-blowing, and it took it took 3 months for Brown to get her license because of this.
Wow.
Right. And it's like, come on, it's me. I'm telling you, it's me. I'm here. I am my person. And they're like, nah, this other chick looks too much like you. She's you now.
God, with facial recognition messing up like that?
Yeah. And it's almost like a get out of jail free card now. If you knew somebody out there that has the exact same face.
Let me hit up the girl I used to use her fake ID with. Maybe that'll get me out of some stuff.
Did she look like you?
No.
No, I know.
I think when we were younger, yes.
Right.
We were just so youthful.
Right, yeah.
But no, not anymore.
The look of innocence was similar,
yes.
yeah. So, after it took her 3 months, she finally got her license. Then she turned to TikTok to try to find her lookalike, but so far has been unsuccessful. Yeah, so is that an FML?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, pain in the ass. Just to go through the motor vehicle department, it's always going to be like a pain in the butt. But to have your doppelganger prevent you from being able to renew your license just because someone looks just like you. Yeah, that's odd. All right, your emails coming up after music from Shinedown, who, of course, is performing at the TCC in August. Tickets still available at KFMA.com for that. Here's Monster on Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Stick around.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of your F My Life. Susan reports in situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, and give us a call at 600-KFMA. That's 605-362. And if Yas Money and I agree your life is F'd, we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets for Wage War, performing next Tuesday at Rialto Theater. Oh, it's so close.
Yeah?
Yes, and we're going to have Cody from Wage War in studio next Tuesday as well. It's going to be a good time. With that said, are you ready for these emails, Yas?
Yeah.
All right. First one sent to me by Evan. Evan said, I tried to impress everyone by saying I could open a champagne bottle like a pro. The cork flew off, hit the ceiling, and sprayed foam all over the room. I spent the next 10 minutes apologizing and wiping down strangers.
Like a champ.
F My Life. What do you say?
Big baby.
Okay. Why, you would do this?
I mean, you talked it up way too much.
Okay, yeah. And at least you got to wipe down strangers. That's fun. All right, next email sent to me by Sabrina. Sabrina said I had to spend quite considerable chunk of my Saturday on the phone to my boss explaining that no, it is not reasonable or convenient for him to try and cancel my honeymoon vacation, all because he messed up schedules and doesn't want to upset the girl he has a crush on in the office. F My Life. What do you say, Yas?
F my life, but also F my life for that guy too, because I'm not showing up anyways.
Yeah, right?
Figure it out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're mad thinking that I'm going to cancel my honeymoon. All right, so F My Life for sure, Sabrina. And congratulations. All right, next email sent to me by Tyler. Tyler said, Beef, I pulled a muscle. Not in any kind of sport or exercise, but while reaching for my computer mouse. That's how you know we're getting old, you know? You ever pull pull a muscle just doing regular stuff?
No, I haven't done that. It hasn't happened yet.
It's coming.
But I do have a loose kneecap that will pop out of place when it feels like it. So that's worse.
Okay. So you're going to say big baby to Tyler?
I'm going to say start stretching.
Yeah. Okay. I would be careful in saying big baby because karma will come back.
No,
you might pull,
I didn't say big baby. I said start stretching.
That's not an option, yes. All right.
My life.
All right, there you go. Two more left. Nina said, I adopted a dog from the local shelter. I put the dog in the car and he was shedding everywhere, but I was okay with it because he was my dog. As I pulled into the parking lot, the dog began to poop in the backseat of my car.
Oh, no.
But I was okay with it because he was my dog.
Okay.
When I got him out of the car, he ran off.
Oh.
$100 for him to poop and run away. F My Life. What do you say?
F my life.
He's not your dog, Nina. It's definitely an F My Life. All right. And final F My Life of the day said to me by Derek. Derek said, Beef, I found out how whipped I am when at the climax of sex, I moaned, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Wow. Wow.
Never admit that you're sorry in those situations there,
Wow.
Eric. It was meant to be. F my life, what do you say?
I mean, you sound like a big baby.
Oh, insult to injury. Excellent email, though. Keep those coming. beefvegan@kfma.com. Let's hit the reset. We come back. Your opportunity to win tickets for Wage War. And which wrestling icon claims to have slept with 20,000 people?
Yeah.
Oh, you know the name of this answer or this question. We're going to break down the math on Ric Flair's bold statement next on Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. Yeah, we'll do Ric Flair math here in a little bit. Welcome back to the stream. If the Kickster is still on here, I actually don't know how to collab yet. I will figure that out, though. I am old. I've also done a bunch of verbal faux pas. I mentioned Beef Games a couple times. It said March 7th instead of May 7th. And thank you, Liz, for pointing that out. I did catch myself the second or third time.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I get ahead of myself, obviously. Even when I was teasing the Ric Flair segment, there's going to be some flubs. That's part of, they say, when I say they say, like consultants, management, they say that's part of my charm. When they did like research on me and studies, because they wanted to fire me, right? So, but they had to test to see whether or not the audience was being receptive to me. And my test scores came back really high, which is super nice, right? But again, it's my idiocracy that seems to be appealing to a mass audience. What?
Nothing.
Why are you sighing?
Literally nothing.
Why are you sighing, dude? I mean, I think there's something to it. So anyways, welcome back. And my apologies if I flub. I will correct myself eventually. And, I have to turn it into a segment of corrections. But Seth Meyers does that too. Let me share this. Yaz was just cracking her ass up.
I find the dumbest things so funny. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So as you know, the NFL draft's begun last night, and this video is now viral. Say, what if we did a military draft? What would that look like? And
Stupid.
it's a hilarious sketch
Unmute it.
that was thrown on there by Chris Barnes. Check this out.
No, watching the U.S. military draft. Who's got the first pick?
I think Army traded up to them number one.
Oh, pick us in.
Pick us in. Go.
Kyle Rittenhouse, are you kidding me?
Oh,
So
dude.
predictable. I mean, you kill two people and they think you're ready for the big league.
That's a bust. Mark my
What do you
words.
think the Marines are going to take at number 2?
Shia LaBeouf's still on the board.
Yeah, oh, he could do some
That
damage.
guy's a menace.
Yeah. Is it Ezra Miller? Okay.
That's a reason.
No, I like that. I like that. Really good at island hopping, and he can terrorize the local population like no other.
That's true.
No, that's a good bet.
That's true.
Army Hammer to the Navy?
That's not a good culture.
No.
He's not going to fit in there.
You can't have a cannibal on a submarine. He would fit better in Washington.
Cannibal in Congress.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense to
Yeah,
me.
he'd be one of the less weird congressmen.
Tiger Woods of the Air
Should he
Force.
be flying?
I don't know. I guess the logic is that you can't really flip an airplane, or I guess that's encouraged, right?
Oh, so you might be an asset.
I actually declared for the draft this year.
You're not getting picked.
I might.
This happens every
I might
year.
get picked. Boy Scouts? Are you kidding me? Is that even a branch of the military? What do I even do? Do I even get a gun?
Badges.
Oh my
Badges.
God. I had another year of eligibility. I
Yeah.
should have waited. I wonder if there's a badge for torturing prisoners of war.
You guys watching the NFL?
There you go. So Chris Barnes. Is Chris Barnes a radio guy? He looks like a radio guy. All right. So, yeah, that was
Stupid.
I know.
It was stupid.
I know you scared away most of our streamers on that one. That's okay, though. We're going to talk about the Book of Enoch here in a little bit and get the internet back on our side. It is interesting to see as well, just the latest, not craze, but, over the past couple of years, the popularity of the Book of Enoch and the conversation of the Book of Enoch has continued to grow. And so, I will kind of recap everything once we get back on the air here in a minute. And the reason why I'm bringing it up, because it's mainstream news here, because the Congresswoman talked about it. A Florida Republican Congresswoman, Anna Luna, serves as the acting chair of the House Oversight Committee. And she started talking about it and started getting national headlines. So I'm like, okay, well, let's break down exactly what some of these, allegations or the conspiracies linked to the Book of Enoch and aliens really are, what it's all about, right? Because I think a lot of people haven't had an opportunity to read the Book of Enoch. Now, I went to sleep to people reading the Book of Enoch a few times over the past couple weeks on YouTube. So maybe subconsciously I remember some of this stuff. It is fascinating. And if you don't know, it's essentially like a banned Bible. It's old text, old scripture. that was kind of hidden away from mainstream churches like Catholic Church and things, because the narrative that it has in there could explain some origins about human life that modern day religions don't want us to know. That's the setup, right?
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about that. I will just give you the factual stuff here right now. So let's get on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. You guys familiar with the Book of Enoch? Right? The Book of Enoch is something, again, growing in popularity. If you don't know the origins of the Book of Enoch, it is old scripture. It's been around for, before the modern day Bible that we know. And, recently, there's been full copies of the original text that, experts and scientists have uncovered and now are kind of exploring. Yeah. And it's public. It's out there. Right now, the reason why I'm bringing up the Book of Enoch is because a Florida Republican named Anna Luna, who serves as the acting chair of the House Oversight Committee, says the Book of Enoch is talking about aliens. She actually posted on social media urging readers to follow this ancient text, arguing that it was deliberately suppressed to hide evidence of early alien contact with humanity. And she suggested that the Watchers, described in the text as fallen angels, were actually advanced alien beings misidentified as divine messengers, and that biblical miracles could have been demonstrations of extraterrestrial technology, which makes sense if you look back thousands of years and someone comes from a sky from a galaxy far, far away and says, check this out. You're like, that's a miracle. And they don't have fully grasped the science behind it. So let's talk about the Watchers first. What are the Watchers in the Book of Enoch? Well, that describes mysterious beings called the Watchers coming down from the sky. Okay, they teach humans advanced knowledge like weapons, astronomy, etc. And alien believers go, that's not angels, that's visitors with tech, right? Which that's easy to kind of believe, right? Then there's Nephilim, right? The hybrid experiment theory. So according to the Book of Enoch, the Watchers allegedly mated with human women. So imagine they come over from light years away and they start banging our ladies. But they do that for a purpose, and that is to create a hybrid being. We could be those hybrid beings, right? But maybe spun off from that, because the Watchers, when they mated with human women, they created the Nephilim, and I could be saying that wrong, but they basically are giants, right? So alien crowd interpretation is, it's not myth, it's DNA mixing, it's just creating hybrids. Okay. Also, it was removed from the Bible, and that's what adds to the conspiracy fuel. This Book of Enoch isn't the most modern Bibles, is not in most modern Bibles, except some Ethiopian traditions. That alone is gasoline for all these conspiracy theories. It was too hot for the Bible. And then, of course, theorists out there are asking why. Why did you exclude this? If this was original text, why is it not in the 2.0 version? Right?
Okay.
And they also have texts inside the Book of Enoch that include heavenly journeys, glowing beings, and strange structures in the sky. And through a modern lens, just sounds like UFO encounters, right? Heavenly journeys going up to the heavens above.
Yep.
Glowing beings, radiation, strange structures in the sky. Any kind of if you were a witness of the Phoenix Lights, that thing was so huge.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a town floating slowly in the sky. Right. And then also the Watchers taught humans advanced knowledge like astronomy, metallurgy, and forbidden knowledge. So humans didn't discover this stuff. It was given to us by a higher intelligence. And if you think and you believe in the theory of evolution, it seems like we skipped some rungs, We're just boop, boop, quickly advancing. So that adds to some of the conspiracies. So that's why the Book of Enoch is a hot topic on the internet. And now even congressmen and, political figures are publicly speaking out, believing it as, fact.
Okay.
Saying at this point, the Watchers in the Book of Enoch talks about aliens. It's all part of this slow roll of getting to a point where extraterrestrial beings is something that is just common knowledge. Like, oh yeah. Like there's a lot of us out there that are believers in just the statistic fact that there's probably life out there in the universe that's conscious beyond our own. But it get to a point where it's like, yeah, not only is it fact, they've been among us this whole time, and they created things. What would you think an alien species would have created here on this planet?
Obviously the pyramids.
The pyramids,
Yeah.
okay. I was just thinking a microwave. Out of nowhere, the microwave came about, and that was shortly after Roswell.
Planes?
No, planes seem a little archaic, dude.
I don't know. All right.
They're not
I'm gonna go into
anti-gravity
it.
planes, but I'm just saying the microwave.
What if they were?
Explain the microwave. I still don't understand how that seems like some next level galaxy type technology. Nobody really explains how a microwave works. And the microwave came out of nowhere, like literally a couple years after the Roswell incident.
So would you think air fryer too?
No.
No? Just the microwave?
Yes, just the microwave.
Okay.
The microwave magically heats things up from the inside out.
Magic.
And it's been around since, like I said, the late 60s, early 70s.
60s.
Yeah, mind-blowing. We weren't as a species, we weren't at that level of technology.
Right.
So that
to go
was
to the moon either.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, the microwave technology is patented by the government as a black ops, which helped funded a lot of their programs that we don't know about. Microwaves, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, and we use them all the time. Let's go figure. All right, let's keep this conversation moving on to podcast broadcast. We got Yas or Not coming up next and Be Vegan Presents. Don't go away.
I am not a microwave person.
Yeah, well, I don't use microwaves that much anymore. I use an air fryer, but air fryer seems like it's more basic, and you could use that. So, let's see. Brian said, "Call me nuts, but couldn't these old stories just be stories?" Like, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. A tech noticed his chocolate bar melted and built it into a cooking device. Oh, well, that's the origin story. That's the narrative that they want you to believe. Oh, all right. Look, these are all theories, and it's definitely like a fun conspiracy like Friday. What's not a conspiracy, but could be a bold-faced lie, is the amount of women that Ric Flair allegedly bedded. So we did the math on how possible it is to sleep with 20,000 women earlier this morning. In case you missed it, it went like this. Figure presents, yes, what's a body count to say if you're dating a guy that would be too high where you're saying, all right, that's the red flag. I'm not going to date you.
I mean, I think you're better off not telling me, but like if you tell me like, oh yeah, I slept with over 100 women, I'd probably be like, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of the cutoff. So you saying 20,000 would be far too much?
A smidge.
Okay. Because that's what Ric Flair is saying. He had a recent interview with Ariel Helwani. And it's sad to see Ric Flair at this state, but we all get old, right? Ric Flair is everyone's drunk grandfather right now.
He's 77.
He's 77 and he's wasted 24/7 for sure. And he recently did an interview with Ariel. And in that interview, there's lots of different clips and chunks that you could take and run with. But one in particular, he talked about how he blew Wilt Chamberlain's infamous record of the most women bed out of the water. Now, Wilt Chamberlain, in case you don't know or can't recall, claimed to have slept with over 10,000 women during his heyday. Of course, the NBA and, it was the 70s and free love and all that good stuff. Now, coming right behind him in the 80s was, Ric Flair, who was the man, in the wrestling circles, still kind of underground, but, he had the gift of gab, had, the golden hair, had the swagger. And so, yeah, he was bedding women for sure. He claims, though, that he slept with over 20,000 women, doubling Wilt Chamberlain's record, which is insane. Woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, that was just a clip from his sex tape. Anyways, he's 77 years old. So I got to do the math on this. When I hear 20,000 women, I'm like, okay, let's see if that is mathematically possible and what you have to do to achieve 20,000.
Did you break it down?
I did break it down. Okay, so like just the basic math on this. Say Flair lost his virginity at the age of 15. It would give him 62 years to amass this record. That figures out to just over 322 ladies a year for every single year since the age of 15.
Oh, what?
Yes, right? So right off the bat, you're like, no 15-year-old is sleeping with 322 people, period, right?
God.
Now, if you take his boast that he passed 10,000 by the age of 39, then that would be over one woman a day for 24 years. Now, of course, when you have multiple partners at once, these things are kind of possible. But really, let's break down the math. Okay. So over 62 years, right? That's basically 0.88, like 0.88 woman per day, person per day. So almost a full person per day.
Almost.
I mean, even God took the 7th day off to rest, right? So say like, 6 women a week is around that number. With him claiming to hit 10,000 at the age of 39, that's actually over a woman a day. That's 417 women a year he would have to have slept with to reach 10,000 by the age of 39. Okay. So basically, this would require 0 dry spells, no injuries, no illness. He can't have an off day, he can't have a cold or flu, travel downtime, relationships. He was married several times.
Whoa.
I mean, let's assume that he didn't cheat consistently on his wives. He did cheat on every single wife, and he's the first to admit that. But did he cheat day one? Did he cheat? Did he say I do?
Wedding?
Yeah. Did he say I do and then bang a bridesmaid? Probably not.
Does your wife count?
No. Well, yeah, it counts as one.
One.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is a numbers thing. This isn't how many times. Yes, it's definitely possible to do it 20,000 times in a lifetime. And that's a good life, by the way. But, 20,000 partners, that's a whole nother issue. Even Bonnie Blue, who we've talked about several times, I don't think she'll be able to reach that number. And she's literally doing stunts where it's like 1,000 guys a day. Okay, she'll be able to do this then. Anyways, this needs to also be a lifestyle where that is happening literally every day, sometimes multiple times per day. Now, I know that he's had sessions multiple times per day, but not every man has it in him to do it multiple times per day, every day, especially as you get older. At 18, 19, 20, okay, yeah, I got a couple rounds in me. At 40, be like, you get one every 36 hours. I mean,
what are you doing at 75? What are you doing at 70?
Vodka and Viagra. Vodka and Viagra. This guy is just laced up with vodka and Viagra. As soon as he wakes up, he probably takes 2 blue pills and drinks a quart. That's pretty much the Ric Flair lifestyle at this point in his life. And it's sad to see these icons as they, kind of age out and then start to become
it's not a flex.
A wilted flower. It is not a flex.
It's not a flex.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, mathematically, yes, it is possible, but only if Ric Flair was basically running a full-time job with benefits and overtime. And at that pace, the man wasn't dating. He was literally on a subscription model. One woman would leave, another one would step right in. So 20,000, no. 10,000. 10,000 could work.
Maybe.
It's more believable at this age. 62 years of getting it on, 10,000, a very achievable number for a man like Ric Flair. Most of us would be lucky if we hit double digits.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. So that's the math behind Ric Flair. Let's give away a pair of tickets for Wage War right now. Of course. All right, so comment. Do you believe Rock on 2.1 KF Banks Beefy presents giving away tickets for Cypress Hill in about less than 20 minutes. So my last pair of tickets for Cypress Hill will be up to grab. Joining us tonight with another round of Stoner IQ. So be ready to call in for that. But first, let's get you caught up on what's breaking in the world today with some headlines. What'd you find today?
So check this out. It says Live Nation is offering $30 summer of live tickets. Do you know that you are fulfilling it's more than 4,000 concerts. So they go on sale on Wednesday, and I just looked it up.
Hang out with me.
So if you're a T-Mobile member, you get early access.
Nice.
As of April 28th.
I'm a T-Mobile member.
Okay, and so these tickets go towards. It says over 4,000 shows, including Suicide Boys, 311,
it's probably gonna be a soft intro, right?
5 Seconds of Summer, Ari Lennox, and I'm going through everything. It says Caliucci, Kesha,
pretty much
everybody, Pitbull. I mean, it just the list goes on. You can find it all at Live
What's
Nation.
going on, guys?
You can just get.
I'm gonna have to kick you out once Herb Stratford gets here, but nice. So the Summer of Live is back. They do this. They've been doing this every year for a couple years, and concert goers can, they put this in their calendar. They're ready for it. So $30 tickets definitely super cheap. So that starts next Wednesday. What else is happening? Now we did Ric
there's
Flair math.
been a rule change in Canada,
20,000
meaning that
women, Ric Flair
millions of
said he did it,
Americans might qualify for
how
dual
many
citizenship.
women?
Hell yeah.
That
a
could
year
be
do you think Ric
you.
Flair?
I need health care. Yeah.
Leech.
What's the rule change? What do I got to do?
20,000
If you
women.
can
If
show
he
that
starts
you
sleeping
have
with
a
women at-
Canadian grandparent or great grandparent, you can
Oh,
qualify.
Wow. So they're taking it. So
Okay,
that's
77
the
now.
flip side to what America's doing. They're like, hey, if you're born in America, you're still not American.
Oh,
But on the
come on,
flip
Rock
side,
what
Canada's
you
like,
want.
if you have a great
Yeah, let's pass it.
Canadian,
What up, Patrick?
then you're good.
Yep.
Oh, God damn it. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Yep.
Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. Well, that was a good heads up there. I hate when I do that. And it does scare away streamers. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back. Beef Vegan Presents. Live on the podcast broadcast. Fixed my double audio. Thank you very much, Patrick, for that call and everyone else there watching. And we got, we have Andrew and Justice Spears from ESPN Radio popping in real quick for another round of.
Is it a yes or is it a oh hell no?
All right. These are hypotheticals of Yas Money. We got a theme today, Yas?
Things that instantly make you look young.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What's the first hypothetical here?
Saying bet
Same.
as a default response.
All right. Well, Justin Spears, you're kind of a young guy.
You're
Do you say
youthful.
bet?
I do not say bet.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
To me, I am at that cutoff point. I don't say bet.
At
So-
what age is the cutoff point for saying bet?
Well, I think right now,
Virginity.
if
Once you lose it, you can't say bet. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Andrew, no bet?
No, I'm an old hat anyway. Like I'm younger than Justin, but I say cat and stuff still. So like,
Right.
I'm bringing all sorts of things back, man.
Yeah. You're younger, but you look a couple years wiser. See, I'm nice today. All right. So I don't say bet either. Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. When I'm really start getting like old and gray, that's when I'll really start grasping at straws to sound young and relevant.
I remember working with a lot younger people in previous seasons, and one time they replied in an email, and all they said was bet.
Well, you knew what he meant.
She was great.
Oh,
it
she-
made my day that she said that. I was like, all right.
Well, it's funny because, I do communicate with the young people as well. And I've had that response a few times as well. And I'm just like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay. So what's our next hypothetical in Yas or no?
Using TikTok sounds in real conversations. So
No.
you hit them with a fa.
That's a oh, hell no. That's a oh, hell no. Andrew?
I've never even heard anybody do that. Do people do that?
Yeah. Well, my kid does. She's 10, but it's like I feel like she'll find like relative, like trending sounds, and she'll say them.
Right.
She will say fa. Like if I do something dumb, she'll be like fa to me.
Right.
Huh.
Okay. And what about you, Justin?
see, my brain is just chock full of memes. So I will make
It
a
is.
reference to a meme, but a TikTok sound, I have not really done stuff like that. So I'll probably say hell no.
Okay. All right. And final, Yas or no?
Turning everything into a meme, responding to real situations with internet humor instead of actual thoughts. Do you know how many stickers I have of like memes on my phone?
Oh, I'm sure. You're meme obsessed. In fact, I watched you go through about 30 minutes of them this morning. Is that a Yas for you, Justice?
Hell
Spears?
yeah.
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 Look at how happy he is.
I know. He found his meme queen, dude.
Memes, SpongeBob references, Sopranos, like I'm just random movie references. All the
A
Will
good
Ferrell,
Family Guy.
Yes.
Family
Yeah.
Guy. Yeah,
You are a quoter.
Yes.
You definitely do that
I have
for
the sickest
sure.
references. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have the memory for those references, but all right. There's an edition of it.
Is it a yes or is it a oh hell?
That's right. We got Herb Stratford lurking behind the boys, so I'm going to kick them out and add him in, and we'll be back right after music from Shine down to Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, yeah, but thank you guys.
Shine down.
That's right. You know they're coming to town?
I did. I'm gonna go to that show for Coheed and Cambria. Then I'm gonna fuck right off.
Yeah. Rock 2.1 KFB's Beef Vegan Presents. Giving away tickets for Cypress Hill in about less than 20 minutes. So my last pair of tickets for Cypress Hill will be up for grabs with another round of Stoner IQ. So be ready to call in for that. But first, let's get you caught up on what's breaking in the world today with some headlines. What'd you find today, Yas?
So check this out. It says Live Nation is offering $30 Summer of Live tickets to more than 4,000 concerts. So they go on sale on Wednesday, and I just looked it up. And so if you're a T-Mobile member, you get early access.
Nice.
As of April 28th.
I'm a T-Mobile member.
Okay. And so like these tickets go towards, it says over 4,000 shows, including Suicide Boys, 311 and Dirty Heads, 5 Seconds of Summer, Ari Lennox, and I'm going through everything. It says Caliucci, Kesha,
pretty much everybody.
Yeah. Pitbull. I mean, it just, the list goes on. You can find it all at Live Nation, and you can just get an idea of like who you can check out this summer.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, the Summer of Live is back. They do this. They've been doing this every year for a couple of years, and concert goers can, they put this in their calendar. They're ready for it. So $30 tickets, definitely super cheap. So yeah, that starts next Wednesday. What else is happening?
So there's been a rule change in Canada, meaning that millions of Americans might qualify for dual citizenship.
Hell yeah.
That could be you.
I need healthcare. Yeah. What's the rule change? What do I got to do?
If you can show that you have a Canadian grandparent or great grandparent, you can qualify.
Wow. So they're taking it. So that's the flip side to what America's doing. They're like, hey, if you're born in America, you're still not American. But on the flip side, Canada's like, if you have a great Canadian, then you're good. We need you.
My great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any Canadian blood, so I can't get that free healthcare. Yeah, no. I've been American through and through. I'm one of the most American people you know.
America 250. Yeah. Okay.
All right. No, I mean, my lineage goes back maybe to my great grandfather. They were immigrants from like Italy, things like that. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What else is happening?
So it says here that Los Angeles Unified has become the first major school district to require screen time limits. So they're restricting students from using the laptops and the tablets in class and are encouraging pen and paper assignments instead.
Yeah, well, that's how you learn, right? When you actually physically write things.
That's how we learn.
That's how we
learn.
So how are these kids even absorbing information? All right. We're getting back on.
Right.
Rock 2.1 Camp, man. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. In studio, a very special guest. He is film critic extraordinaire, good friend of the show. In fact, actually, he was just telling me off air that he is best friends with this show more so than any other show on the radio.
I believe him.
Yes. Herb Stratford, everybody. Good morning, Herb.
Good morning.
All right, look, there's a lot that we want to cover today, but I think the running conversation we've been having this week is how dismal the Michael Jackson movie may look. Did you watch this?
I did not. I chose not to. I will tell you, it'll probably be 150 million this week. It's going to be the big winner.
Yeah, I saw predictions in the 70 to 80 million dollar range domestically. And then internationally is actually going to be a little bit more.
Yeah.
But again, the Rotten Tomatoes score, some of the early reviews have said this is a stinker of a movie and whitewashed, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, it's, there's 6 Jackson family members on the producing side. It is definitely a vehicle to sell more downloads of Michael's music. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And Jackson 5 music. The rumor was Janet Jackson was mad because she wasn't in it enough. I mean, there's a lot of drama around this one, but also the fact that they stop in 84. I guess there's a little coda that sort of hints at bad, the album, not the behavior. But really, they're not even going to get into it. They're just like, I mean, and we've all seen, Leaving Neverland, whatever the hell the doc was.
Yes.
What I find is so interesting is that HBO Max buried that doc as part of a deal.
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
so you can't even find it anymore.
Really?
Because they don't want people going, Michael, this is the good stuff. Let's go find the bad stuff. Nope, can't even find it.
That is funny too, because considering, especially when they roll out months of promotion for this movie, then it just boosts in the algorithm, and it's easier to find things connected to Michael Jackson, and that Leaving Neverland would pop up if they had it out there publicly. So burying that is smart for the sake of business. Even though I think, is this an MGM movie or is this a Warner Brothers movie?
I don't know. HBO. I think it's probably Warner, which is why, since it's connected to HBO, why they were able to do it. But yeah, and apparently there was some sort of a deal they cut, when they greenlit the movie, that they would bury it.
It's so interesting, dude. Yeah, I mean, this is so weird, right? You're like, yeah, we're gonna make a bunch of money off exposing this and throwing out allegations here, and then we'll make a bunch of money celebrating the moonwalk.
Does anybody want to watch the movie just for the entertainment purposes and not the scandal? Because I'm interested in seeing how it's all just going to be portrayed with that family member being casted.
Well, I'm
curious to know how it's going to look.
I've seen several clips, right? One clip I saw this morning actually was talking about how Michael Jackson got Billie Jean on MTV. And, but I'll tell you this right off the bat, Miles Teller's makeup job is off-putting, to say the very least, dude. He looks goofy as hell. And it's like, he's trying to make him look like the actual guy, but I'm like, you also just look like you're in costume. And I don't think that's necessarily what you're going for when you're making movies, right?
Alone.
No, and fans of the show have great disdain for Miles Teller.
Yes.
Because he's just a D-bag. And so that's one more reason not to watch this movie for me, is Miles Teller.
Oh my gosh, Herb.
I'm saying.
You take such a personal effect to it. Hey. Some of us don't know Miles Teller, okay? Some of us just want to go watch a movie.
No, when someone allegedly slaps your wife's ass on the red carpet, then you're going to have a problem with that guy.
So what happened. Anyway.
Allegedly. All right, let's talk about a movie that you might be excited about. And it's about a dysfunctional married couple retreat to a secluded cabin, and it stars Jason Segel. So Jason Segel is back in the movies. He kind of looks like what is it, Albert
Brooks?
Albert Brooks, dude.
Yeah, he does a little bit.
He's morphing into Albert Brooks into our very eyes here.
And that's not necessarily a good thing.
It's over your dead body.
Yeah, and this is also Samara Weaving, who you may remember from, she's the woman that's in Ready or Not, the woman the family's trying to kill her.
Yeah.
She is Hugo Weaving's daughter, Hugo Weaving, Agent Smith, and Elrond from Lord of the Rings, right?
Okay, I see it now.
So she's a very accomplished, beautiful Australian actress. Anyway, this couple sort of decides they've had it with each other, and then they start to try and kill each other. So think very black comedy, think War of the Roses, think, again, dark, but also comedy because Jason Segel. But a lot of people are commenting on he's too old for her. It's not readable that the two of them would be married.
I mean, in reality, old men marry young women all the time and vice versa, right?
Yep,
so,
true.
In that scenario, but I think when they say he's too old, maybe he's just not aging well. And they're just like, I don't believe that this smoke show would marry Albert Brooks' doppelganger. Is that what they're saying?
I believe it.
Well, yeah, because you saw something about forgetting Sarah Marshall, and you know what he's packing, so...
Okay, no.
That's what you were thinking.
That's not what I was thinking.
Okay, now you're thinking it. So what were you going to say, Herb?
I just lost it. I don't know. I was probably going to say something about the fact that, yes, and maybe this is true or not. You can tell me. Women are not necessarily only attracted to six-pack abs. They like personalities and people that make them laugh. And you know what I mean? So
1,000%.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he's a funny guy, that might be good. Right? So women like to laugh, right?
I think so. Yeah.
See, even you can agree with that.
I like to haha and hee.
Yeah. Well, you know what's great about this is at first when I saw this on the list and I saw the first few seconds of the trailer, I was thinking it was going to be some kind of like drama and like bore fest. But I'm looking at this cast. I'm looking at some of the clips. It looks super funny and appealing. Juliette Lewis is in this as well.
Yeah, and it's 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I mean it's doing okay.
Okay, who wrote and directed it? Jason Segel, is he behind the idea of all this, or he's just cast as the lead?
No, I didn't do that much of the research on it, so we'll have to look that up. But he's been spending so much time on the Muppets, right?
Right.
So I mean, it's nice in a way. I have nothing against the Muppets.
A Muppet man.
But it's nice, right, to see that he's going back because I mean, forgetting Sarah Marshall was brilliant. I mean, It really was. It was just. And so naked, pardon the pun, but just like we hadn't seen that kind of a character before. So I do appreciate Jason Segel. I think he's a funny guy. So yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of dysfunctional families, this is for you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, this sounds good. And 70% of Rotten Tomatoes, that's double the Rotten Tomato score that Michael has. Just say legitimately, that's just the math. It is legitimately double.
I'm gonna go see Michael, and I'm gonna tell you guys my honest opinion on Monday.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I'll be prepared to be like, oh my God.
You
guys,
better go see it too.
Yeah, right. I got other things to do. All right.
Why do you give me that stank look?
Because, dude, like I said, I got other things to do. Let's talk about this next movie. I swear.
So this is a really sweet movie. Everybody knows what Tourette's is, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yes.
okay. So in 1983, this is a true story of a young man. He's like 14. He's just a normal kid, and he starts to develop Tourette's. Well, and he's a Scottish kid, so he's in Scotland. Nobody understands it. You know, they're punishing him, right? You know, his parents are, won't let him eat at the dining room table because he spits and he swears and whatever. And so, basically, it's the story of how, their way to treat him was with drugs, and he finally finds another way through this woman who's like his best friend's mom, and she sort of takes him in, and they find a different way for him to manage his Tourette's. And then out of that, he ends up becoming sort of the spokesperson and helps raise awareness for Tourette's. It's a true story. The guy that is the main character does not have Tourette's, but he does a really great job of demonstrating that. It's just one of those like stories, just a really sweet story about, somebody that beat the odds, right? They were bullied, they had a horrible situation, and they turned it into something positive. So this is at 98% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It's a really sweet story. I think there could be some awards in the future. It's a little bit weird that it's coming out in April. But anyway, it's a very powerful story. Worth a look if you're interested. And there's tons of cursing.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. With the ticks and stuff. I mean, recently I've been watching those clips of that TLC show.
Yeah.
What's her name of that girl?
Gosh, I forgot her name, but me and my daughter watch her show, and then we watch her on Instagram, and it's just she's funny.
Yeah, so there's
Colin, it's her husband.
Yeah. So there's a young girl with Tourette's, and then she's on a reality TV show. And and it's just inadvertently funny. It's like Love on the Spectrum funny, where you're just like, I shouldn't be laughing, but it's also hilarious.
Yeah.
So, there's a touch of sweet film if you want to do a good date night. I swear is in theaters now, and it could be awards bait. So we'll have more. Yeah, we'll have more with Herb Stratford here on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Be back with more right after music from 3 Days Grace from Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right, so
Balin, that's her name.
Yeah, Balin.
Oh, Balin. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Balin Out Loud, the show.
Yes.
In fact, actually, let's see. Let me see if I can pull up a Balin clip.
Oh my gosh.
Twitter.
Yeah. No, like on Instagram, pull up like when she does her Starbucks orders. Oh man, those videos are so funny.
Yeah, well, I'm doing it right here. Let's see. Balin's fiance gets heated when a guy laughs at her Tourette's syndrome. Let's see. No, I won't do that. Let's see, her and Dr. Phil. I'll find a good clip. That's bullshit. Okay, let's see if that's bullshit is funny.
You'll just have to go to her Instagram.
Oh no, stop. Okay, I got only so many things I can do here. Yes, I'm going with what I have available to me right now. So, I'm looking up Balin's Instagram. All right, here it is. Let's see what this is.
Big dick swab. Hi everybody, I'm with Colin. And we're gonna let you guys know where we got our outfits from. We just got back from date night. So my jacket is from Guess. I guess you have a little baby weenie. Spotted alone in Safari in a tea baby weenie. My other jacket underneath is from TikTok Shop. And then my sweatpants are from Urban, which fun fact, I pretty much get all my dick from Urban Outfitters, all my sweatpants from Urban Outfitters. And then my Fugs are from TJ Maxx, and I have my Aura, my Boulder, and my earrings my dad got me for Christmas. Hit it.
My jacket
That's bullshit.
So, yes, I mean it's.
I know it's a slippery slope because, and I think the point of I Swear, the movie that we were talking about a minute ago, I think the point of that is like you have to understand how to deal with somebody that has Tourette syndrome.
Yes,
it's like any kind of a tick or a stutter. You just let them go through it. You don't call attention to it. It's nothing. Don't take it personally. They're not calling you an a-hole.
Right.
They can't. It's a neurological thing. They can't. So it's interesting. This character, he ends up with this like experimental treatment where he has like a wristband and it gives him like a pulsar, like some sort of an electronic thing that helps him control his outbursts. So there actually is science around trying to help these folks because it's really hard.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how hard it would be to have this disease and just, you can't, there's a very touching moment when he gets to walk through a library because he couldn't do that before.
Right.
He would just, it's like the one
just gotta be
place
quiet.
Go. Yeah.
And you're just like already, since you're telling yourself you have to be quiet, it's the Tourette's in you that makes you blur it out in that situation even more so.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said interesting because I wanted to pull up Love on the Spectrum's interesting, but I can't find that clip in time. It's too bad. I love that guy. You know what I'm talking about. Very interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. I like the clips I've been seeing of that guy, and he needs his own show, legitimately.
No, he does not.
Why not?
Per se.
Yeah. Like, what's his name on the stream? What's the name of the Love on the Spectrum superstar that broke out this season? I'll try to pull up his image. But I haven't even watched it yet. I'm literally just addicted to the clips, but I will watch it because it looks, every time I do end up watching it, I end up cracking up.
By the way, Beef, I was playing around with that clip thing last night that you've been bugging me. So
good.
I finally did it. I uploaded my Bob Odenkirk interview, and it was pulling some clips together for me. So I finally have jumped in. I'm getting ready.
See, you can teach a very, 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 very old dog new tricks. That's the good news.
Herb is not that old.
I know. Arts and culture guy. Let's actually watch a little bit of this. Well, we have about 3 minutes. I want about 3 minutes of you with Bob Odenkirk. That's a big deal.
It was. It was a big deal. I just did Adam Scott yesterday for Hokum, which is a new horror movie that's coming out. And I've been getting a lot of junkets.
Yeah, you have. Well, you know why? Because you're good. And and you hang out with winners.
It's true.
From 9:20 on.
From 9:20 to 9:59. I'm with the winners. Yeah. No. Getting a lot of new junkets, and they're all on Arts and Culture Guy, which has been renamed Stratford Spotlight because that's what my spot at Roadhouse is, the Stratford Spotlight.
Okay, that's good. A rebranding.
Yeah,
you should also rename it I Take Terrible Angles.
No, it's because I was
my
Look, let me explain this. I was at the Tucson International Airport and I had to do it before, like literally it was like I had to find the quietest place I could, and it was not an easy thing to do.
You could name it Stratford's O-Face. Right. Let's check out a little bit of Herb's conversation with Bob Odenkirk and the director of Normal.
KOLD, Tucson, Arizona, Bob.
Oro Valley.
Nice to see you guys.
Good to see you.
So let me start by just saying, I know you co-wrote the story. Where did this come from? Did this come from an experience in a small town?
Well, I have a story by credit, as you point out. That's courtesy of this guy right here, Derek Kolstad, who came up with the story. I just spun it a little bit. I just put a little grease on it here and there. And thereby won a credit. You want to talk about where this came from? Because you're from Wisconsin, so.
These are all the towns I grew up with, and so did Bob outside of Naperville. And it was on the set of Nobody where I had the first go at the treatment. And then, Bob and I didn't really have the bandwidth until a couple of years later. We just started discussing and we blew up that treatment, built it, and here we are. So it's been a joy.
And it wasn't originally called Normal, but there's a town called Normal, Illinois. And all you Tucsonians who came from Illinois, and I know there's a lot of you know about Normal, Illinois. It's a college town. And Derek knew about it too. So when we were working over the story, I said to him, how about naming it after that town in Illinois? Because it's that kind of town. It's a classic Midwestern town. Normal in the movie. Yeah.
Well, and I'm actually from Winnetka, Illinois, so I'm from a small town in Illinois, so I get it. So let me also just talk for a second, if you can, about the cast. I mean, everybody in this cast, Henry, Lena, everybody, it's such a great cast. That must have been a lot of fun to work with these folks.
Yeah, Henry Winkler is a joy to be around. He is as sweet and kind as he seems to be in interviews. That's how he is in real life. And getting him to play the mayor. And I don't want to wreck the movie for you, but in the movie Normal, the mayor is not what he seems.
Yeah.
And Henry is the perfect guy to play that. And he's a great actor. And Lena Headey is wonderful as Moira, the bartender in town. And she plays her multi-dimensional role beautifully. And she's a great actress.
Yeah.
And we have an amazing crew of actors too, all mostly from Canada, including, I want to point out a man named Takahiro Inoue, who plays our Oyabun, which is like a godfather in the Yakuza, the mob from Japan. It's just a great bunch of people.
And let me also just Derek, let me ask you about Ben as the director. It's just like again, so many great people all involved with this project. Folks that you had sort of been thinking about wanting to work with everybody ahead of time, or did this all sort of come together in the shopping process?
I've been a Ben Wheatley fan since Kill List, and when we were discussing who might fit the model of this movie as the director, Free Fire that Ben did is perfect. And we met with a bunch of different directors on Zoom. And when we met with Ben, within 30 seconds, Bob, Mark, and I were texting going, this is the guy. And he brings to set so many ideas and so much love for film and movies. And you get on that rabbit hole in regards to action and thriller comps, and he'll go deeper than anyone else could. But we always believed in best idea wins, iron sharpens iron. And Ben was approachable. And even on Last Day.
All right, that's a little bit. You can catch out the rest of that interview and so many more as he was wrapping it up there on Arts and Culture Guy on YouTube. Make sure you follow it. Yeah, Herb is getting an impressive who's who of people, which is so cool. And again, once you start getting these shorts, dude, your page is gonna dwarf mine. And no, I'm being serious here, legitimately. And subscribers and views, because you're getting like A-list talent, and you're asking good questions and all that. But yeah, I mean, you're practically retired at this point, right? I mean, don't you have other free time to do these clips?
I got a lot of work to do, man. I'm the gig economy, man. I got,
I get it.
Historic theater consultants work and my film festival work, and then
that's true.
And yeah, I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you work hard, but they do have AI programs for this kind of stuff, right? And for your clips, they work especially good because they basically give you credits per hour, and you have like 10 clips that will fit in 1 hour slot. And so you could maximize. See, it screws me over because we do such long form content that, it would eat that up in a heartbeat. But yeah, you got like all just from the last like week alone.
Yeah.
Banging them out, man. I love it.
Oh my goodness, Herb.
Paul Walter Hauser from Balls Up,
Are you looking for interns? Because I would love to do something.
How many more jobs do you want, man? She's a hustler. She is. She likes
I've always wanted to do these little
there's
pressers.
The thing. Yes, but you can't even give the excuse that you don't have enough time because you literally got a hustler next to you that wants to take on 17 jobs. And you're like, I've been watching movies and I can't clip
I can't watch all of them. I still haven't watched Broad City.
I haven't.
That's right. You're not the demo. Let's get on the air here and we'll talk about the best movie hitting theaters this week. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. I did not know that we didn't even talk about what is supposedly the best movie to hit theaters this week. And it's a movie that you probably didn't even hear about, but you'll know some of the cast. Tell me about Fused.
Yeah, Fuse is great. Okay, so Fuse, the story of Fuse is there's a construction project in downtown London. An unexploded bomb shows up right as they're excavating, and so they bring in the military to sort of figure out how to take care of this bomb. They evacuate a couple block radius, and so then they start to go to work to defuse the bomb. Well, at the same time that this is going on, Theo James is off robbing a bank in that area.
Oh,
so then you start wondering, is the bomb real? Is the bomb a distraction? Is it what's going on? Who's on what side? Who's doing what? And so Aaron Taylor Johnson is in it. It's a really tightly wound film. Like literally, it does not let up. You know, sometimes in a movie, like you have a bunch of action and then it sort of calms down so you can sort of catch your breath. Yeah. This one never does. It is just action and tense the entire way. It takes so many twists and turns. You don't know who is on what side, who's doing what. You think you know, and it changes 3 more times. This is a great film. It's 82% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay,
it is really good. I got to tell you, this one snuck up on me. I was just like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. It's really good.
Yeah, you didn't know it was going to be good. That's the best type of movie surprises for sure. And for Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was in the headlines because he was potentially going to be cast as 007, is this kind of like a good response showing he could do a movie like this and do it well, or no?
I mean, I think so. But, you know, also Sam Worthington is also in it, you know, from Avatar. So, I mean, you've got all these hunky guys, right? Because Theo James is very handsome, right? Yes?
Very.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got all these handsome guys, right? And some are good and some are bad and some are double crossing each other. And it's a wild ride. It really is. So, yeah, definitely check out Fuse. Totally worth it.
All right. So, yeah, as far as options are concerned this weekend, there's big blockbusters that are dropping this weekend. Of course, Michael, which has polarizing reviews, to say the very least. There's a dark comedy movie starring Jason Segel called Over Your Dead Body, which is seems fun. And then Fuse looks like it could be the movie of the weekend, just as far as quality, edge of your seat entertainment. And that's something you want to see at the theaters, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Do any of these have like a customized popcorn bucket?
They do not. You know, I think they're missing the boat. Michael Jackson, they should have had like a glove or something, right?
A glove would have worked out good. Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't. But, yeah.
Or have it be like a little replica of Michael Jackson. And so he knows what it feels like to have fingers inside him. No? Too soon? I don't know why I went there. All right, let's talk about what's streaming and dropping on Netflix here this weekend. Over Your Dead Body. No, I'm sorry. Apex. Let's talk about Apex here. What is Apex?
So Charlize Theron has really made a niche for herself. You remember The Old Guard? She's done a couple of movies where she's the action girl, right, on Netflix. Action woman. And so this is her new movie where she plays a woman who is dealing with some grief over an accident. She's a big-time outdoor person, climber person. She's out in the Australian outback, and she runs into a character who seems nice at first, played by Taron Egerton, but it turns out he is definitely not a nice guy, and he likes to hunt humans. So he gives her about a minute head start, and then he starts hunting her. And the whole thing is them chasing, him chasing her through the Australian wilderness. And she's, of course, going to have her revenge on him. It's a pretty solid action film. Australia looks incredible. But, man, do not go in the backwoods if you're a single female in Australia because it's not safe. So.
I wouldn't go in the backwoods of Australia if I was a single male in Australia. Everything's out there to kill you.
Yeah.
This is just one more predator on the list.
Yeah.
And you got to watch.
And he's terrifying. He really is. I mean, it's sort of hard to believe that he was Elton John. You know what I mean? He plays scary guys so well. And Beef, just for you, this is 69% on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right. Now we're talking here. So that's dropping on Netflix, so you don't even have to leave your house to watch that movie. Let's talk about a series. This is a gardening show with Zach Galifianakis. Galifianakis is back, right?
He's so good. So this is 6 episodes. They're like 17 minutes apiece. You can really binge this. Every episode starts out with Zach talking to grade school kids, and he is so effing funny. You know what I mean? And like that innocence of kids, with him is just so great. And then he goes into the field and he's talking to a farmer or somebody about tomatoes or about corn or whatever. And it's then, it's that whole sort of self-deprecating Zach humor. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't take himself seriously. So it's a really fun series. And I hope they make a lot more of them because it's informative, but it's funny, and and they're easily digestible. So it's a win.
Yeah, this is an interesting looking show. So the concept is he's talking about gardening. It's somewhat like a show that you would see on, it's not a scripted show whatsoever, but then he's just riffing. It's almost like Anthony Bourdain-like, but you're dealing with, kids in gardens.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's delightful. It really is. And he's having a great time, and it's just like awesome.
All right. Yeah, no, that's an interesting spin to an old premise there. So, and it stars Zach Galifianakis, so that's fun. HBO Max has a series called Half Man. Is Half Man good?
It's a little disturbing, to be honest with you. This is the guy, Richard Gadd, that did Baby Reindeer. I don't know if people saw that, but it's the story of two brothers, sort of half brothers, and Jamie Bell plays the younger brother has been constantly bullied by his older brother. And it's a little disturbing. Like it's very, very intense bullying. It makes you uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Does it bring you back like memories and stuff and flashbacks when you were younger?
I wasn't really bullied as a kid, probably because I was always the tallest kid.
Yeah, you're like 8 feet tall, dude. So
I'd bully you.
I would bully the hell out of you. You're so lucky we weren't in 6th grade together. You would not be safe with me, Herb Stratford.
I bullied all the boys.
Yeah. She would give you a wedgie, dude, that you'd still be picking out to this day.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. So it made me a little uncomfortable, but I mean, if you're into bullying, definitely check it out.
There's a new show for you, Yas.
Yeah,
you're gonna love it.
You go.
I'll find new ways to bully B.
Yeah, you do an excellent
true.
job as well. All right. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Of course, today is Chevelle Day. We hope to see everybody out at Chevelle, the Pima County Fair. It's only $13 to get into the fair. So that's a low-dough show, faux show. The Chevelle will take the stage at 8 p.m. tonight. We'll be out there. We'd love to hang out with you. And next week, we'll continue to, have a great time. We're going to have Weirdo pop in, tell us how sick New World was.
Yay.
Yeah, we're also going to have Cody from Wage War in studio, and we'll have more tickets to give away, of course. But until then, you enjoy your rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
Babuski.